Fox News alert. Deadly American drone strike Thursday in Baghdad killed an Iranian-backed militia leader, the first known target and killing of its kind by U.S. forces under this president. The move comes amid at least 120 attacks on American forces in the region since early October. Here to react, Fox News senior strategic analyst, retired four-star General Jack Keane. General, my sense is when you heard about this, you thought about time. Am I right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, the administration finally gave the military permission to take down the first Iranian-backed leader in this administration, something we should have done a long time ago. They've been attacking us for 3 years, and certainly, as we have seen and you've reported daily here, the attacks increased and dramatically, since the October 7th attack by Hamas inside of Israel. This is an attempt to restore deterrence. We've been talking about this for some time. Despite the pressure it will put on the Iraqi government, who have inside their parliament significant opposition to the U.S. troop presence in Iraq. All that said, this is absolutely a step in the right direction. The administration deserves some credit on it. And yeah, it's about time. I agree totally with what you said.
A couple of days before, it looks like the Israelis took out a key Hamas leader in Lebanon. It delayed the Secretary of State Blinken's arrival there, but now he's going to head over there to diffuse tensions. And we gave the Houthi rebels one last chance to knock it off, to diffuse tensions, and they answered with an unmanned surface vessel attack, one of these water drones, I guess you would say, for civilians like me. Your thought about what they just did and how it changes possibly commercial vessels in the region?
Well, certainly the Houthis have expanded the war by disrupting the commercial trafficking through the Red Sea, which is really the exit and the entrance point for the Suez Canal. And as we've documented, about half of the shipping now that goes through the Suez Canal is going around the Horn of Africa, which is going to impact the global supply chain and have an impact on the world economy. Houthis, check mark. They've accomplished what they set out to do, which is disrupt the world shipping through the Suez Canal. We have not stopped it. I don't believe we will stop it just by defending ourselves. I think we have to go to the source, take down the rockets, the missiles, the infrastructure, the radar, the command and control. Brian, we've got the capability to do that in a night or maybe 2 or 3 at the most if we took a more measured approach to this. And as I've said many times before, we keep ignoring the source, which is Iran. General McKenzie, the former CENTCOM commander, has an excellent article in the Wall Street Journal laying out why we need deterrence and why killing Qasem Soleimani was so important in putting the Iranians back on their heels. And we have to do more of that. We have to go to the source to recognize that they're directing, they're supporting this. They are conducting a war in the Middle East to drive the United States out and destroy Israel, and they are using the proxies to do it. And we can't continue to ignore them.
General, describe what you mean when you say the best way to stop the expansion of a war is show you're willing to attack back. How is that mindset going to stop the expansion of this conflict, if anything can?
Yeah, you have to achieve, some kind of escalation dominance here. What holds back the administration is the fear that if we take action, then that will escalate and will get out of control. It'll walk up the ladder of escalation that will lead to war. The history doesn't support that dealing with the Iranians. The reason why they use the proxies is because they don't want direct confrontation themselves with the United States. It's been a pretty successful strategy, frankly, going back to the Reagan administration. But Reagan and Trump both interceded and took on Iran directly. And when they did it, they stopped. It doesn't mean they would stop initially, but they will stop significantly what they're doing, in my judgment. And as long as we sit back and continue to let these proxies do what they're doing and ignore Iran, Iran doesn't care that there's proxy casualties. They're going to keep pushing them to be aggressive, and that's going to continue.
And if you want to get more on this, go pick up the Institute for the Study of War. It keeps you up to date on what's happening in Ukraine, Iran, as well as with Israel. General, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Have a fantastic weekend.
Yeah, you guys too. Thank you very much.
All right.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.